Hello everyone, it's me Jason back on the video, and today we are here at what I heard a lot of people been asking for redstone school back, so I brought it back and I've been teaching people manually, and I'm also going to teach people on my YouTube channel, so you should expect these tutorials a lot more. But what this is pretty much an automatic cooker. Ignore the redstone back here, that would normally be hidden, but I mean, I don't have time to do that right now, 'cause right after this I have to get to a birthday party, and I've already messed up 3 times because it had a bug. Where last on my cooker I made actually worked a little bit better. But here, I don't know why I got the cooks. Probably because I just accidentally cooked some or something, I don't know. But this did have a bug, but now I tested it. So now that you see this light on, as soon as that light turns off, you're gonna want to flip that lever right there. So, and what I like to do is I sometimes do this. This is just an add-on right here, but it's as soon as something gets in that chest, it does light up. But right here, when this lights when this lights up, that means. So what happens is, now as soon as this, hey, Michael, be quiet because I'm doing a tutorial. So right here as we said, we put the food in the chest, and then as soon as that light turns off, I'll probably come back. I forgot I don't have possible glitches. So now that that light is off, it cooks the food instantly, or what I like to say, sends the food up. So that's how it works. Hi. But how I'm gonna show you is there's a 7x7 grid on the regular build. I'm only gonna show you partially of it because I destroy just one bad part, then it will break the redstone. So why we have this lever is because it turns it on and sends the food up. For when that light turns off, it's the furnace is done cooking. You could always turn these to. Normally, it would actually split them between the two, and now I accidentally just sent a light up. But as you can see, what happens is you have these to make it go into 4. It's 1 chest into a large chest into 2 large chests that go into 4 furnaces. You could always make this as big as you want, but I'm going to show you how to make the 4 furnace trick. See, now he's cooking that food, but sometimes it always goes to this chest, it goes into that, or it goes into from this chest into that. It normally, I don't know why, but it's picked this one every time, but trust me, it does work, because if it didn't, that'd be stupid. But it splits between the 2 so that all furnaces, at least if it's different items, it makes sure that it doesn't go into the same area. So you could cook different items at the same time and get them at the same time, pretty much. So, and then it goes into these, and then what we did is we had to do a little bit of backage, getting out of the 7x7 by coming back here and adding these hoppers. This can be as deep as you want, so I'm not going to tell you a specific deep level. I put it to 4 and then had to go a little bit deeper because I wanted to show you the 4 furnace trick instead of the 2 furnace tricks. I'd just be boring the 2 furnace trick because I could have just showed you this, the simplest automatic cooker ever, but I wanted to show you more a little bit more easier one to put in your house and not having to, and it cooks a little bit faster and everything. So now let's get to building this thing. So you're gonna need a redstone comparator, redstone of course, a redstone repeater, and let me find a redstone, a dropper, a hopper, whichever furnace you want. I'm gonna use a regular furnace for this one, and whichever biome, you're gonna need some slabs, so you could use whatever slab you would like. I'm gonna use this new sandstone slab because it is part, it kind of works with it. So you're gonna need a chest, and I believe that would be it, unless you want to add this light system. Then you just need a light more for, so and there's no pistons. Correct. We're good. So that should be all. And so first, what you're gonna have to do is clear out a 7x7 grid wherever you would like in your world. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just connect those like that. And now I'm gonna dig down by 4. So 5 technically, so now you're gonna want to put your cooker on one of the sides. So you cannot use the regular middle. It's not used for too much, but sometimes if you're like the slabs that you have to use for the redstone to be put together, and because that matters, you have to do that part by yourself because it's different for every person, pretty much. So yeah, and then my voice is like weird, like cutting out pretty much. Okay. There we go. I think, I don't know. Okay. I'm almost done. So now Michael, be quiet. For God's sakes, okay. So now I'm gonna choose this side for my cooker. So I'm gonna actually, what am I doing? So I put my chest there, and then I guess I just put my hopper first, I guess. So now you're gonna want to come over here and delete these 3 so that you can get your 4. So if you want to make it exactly like mine, then you can always keep as mine. But then around this, you're gonna want to go down a few more, and the deeper you go, the more redstone you have to handle, and sometimes it will break. So I just have to warn you. I've never tried it up to after 4. So now you just want to dig down pretty much to like this 3 right there, and then dig around it like that, and then that's when you're able to put your furnaces in. Then put those in, and then want to get into our cut right here, dig down, and then you want to rebuild whatever you just did. I'm not gonna, because it doesn't really matter, but if you would like to showcase it in a video, I suggest doing it. But if you were showcasing it like in a better version in a video, but I could always help you out with kind of this stuff. So, like the other day, I was teaching everyone whatever they wanted me to make. I made it for them. That's why I started that, but it took me too long and I had to get to bed because today's a very exciting day. So now that you want to clear this out and clear these 3 out, go all the way up and then place your chest. Now you're going to want to dig these 2 back again and do that. Dig up, jump, and replace. So now you've got your main stuff put in. Now you just have to do the redstone. So I'm gonna dig down quite a bit so I don't mess up, because now you're gonna want to pretty much, when you do set this up, you're gonna have a format like this a lot. So you're gonna want to make sure that that's clear and is possible. So you dig all the way up to the top. So that you have pretty much, you can see all of your redstone from the top if you wanted to. Okay, so now you might have to use a little bit more space on this, but I'm not the person to tell you to do that, because that's just if your thing doesn't not want to work. Now what I suggest doing is, like, I had to do lots of extra redstone last time because I tried a new trick. So I suggest you do what I'm doing first instead of, and you just want to flip this on and make sure all this stuff works. So if it doesn't, you want to move it back a few, which has to happen a lot because sometimes, like, things never want to work when you use this system. But it's the thing that you would activate. So the reason that I should just doing it down here, else you have to do lots of extra redstone for the redstone to come from up there instead of down here. So that then you have to do lots of extra cutting through the slabs and everything, because some of the slabs only go up. So now you just want to, after doing that, you just replace those 2. Well, place those 2 pretty much. I wouldn't say replace, because get out of here. Furnaces. Where was I looking? What was I looking for? Okay, I needed my sandstone block back. There we go. That's not a sandstone block. So now that you've done this, you want to kind of cut it to what you've done over here a little bit, but I'm just going to do that so I don't actually mess up too bad. So now what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to do that and then add that, so that this can of course happen, and then that, so that then you want to come down up here and make sure that the very top one is activating, and so is the very bottom. You're gonna have to do this every time you do the 2, or else you're gonna be very sad that sometimes, because you could have messed up and then you wouldn't even realize it until you just have to resume the whole thing. I mess up on most of the tutorials I do, because like I'm so used to doing redstone by myself, so I just go ahead of them, and then because I know what they're kind of doing, you know, that kind of stuff, so that I eventually just mess up. And I don't want this to happen to you guys, because I know how painful it is. So now that you've done your last layer, you're going to want to make sure top, which it is currently not, No, you were being too loud. So now if I come over here, I'm probably gonna have to fix this, so I don't know what to do. So let me just, yeah, I'm just gonna hook it up. The slabs right here. Now, you should be able to put something in the very bottom and have it so now you should receive it at the top. Now this is where we have to do a little bit of the extras. Normally you don't have to do this, but I just wanted to be a little easier on you guys, so now just come right here and make sure it turns on the whole thing. Good. And if this was any higher, you'd have to sneak repeaters in, like probably like right there and stuff. So it'd be very complicated. That's why I was kind of changing it up a little bit. Now you're pretty much done. You could just hook this lever wherever you want. And what I'm gonna do is just hook it up to a wall right here. And now here's the real test. Make sure it works. But I forgot to put. I failed my tutorial like 4 times because I forgot to put coal in it, and then I had to reset pretty much the whole thing. So I have like 3 tries of this. But now, what? I do have to sneak one repeater in. Now that I guess I put that up a little bit. So now you can turn that off. Come over here, and if it does not work, make sure it comes down into one of the things. Like I'm gonna come over here and put like a bunch of stuff, and it might take a second because it might not work. Yeah. So now we're gonna cover this up. Well, we let it do its norm, so it's normal. Sometimes it will go into the same furnace because of how like the hoppers are set up, but it normally will try to go into different ones, but the chance is completely like undetectable, and it has cooked like a 64 raw pieces of pork chops really fast before, so I am going to show you that. Now we just wait for that light to stop. But as you see, I covered it up with stone. Yeah, whatever your slab this is. Now you could put this in your sweet little house and have a fun little time. So I hope you guys really did like the tutorial, and I am gonna make sure that this actually gets split perfectly. I'm almost done, literally like a minute left, Mom. Okay? Okay, that thing just like pretty much just broke the whole thing, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. And real quick, we're gonna add the light system. I think this way would be a little. now we wait. Now, if this doesn't work, then because it should have been done a long time ago. So you want to check all your furnaces, check all your hoppers, and then to figure out that your bottom one isn't working. This is why I said, like, you have to add some repeaters in, but this is nothing compared to what I had to do on the other ones. So. Of course, it was that bottom one that needed help. Okay, and now you have your 3 cooked things ready to come and eat. I hope you guys enjoyed. And thank you for watching. Goodbye.